You're given one superpower. However, if anyone finds out, you instantly die. What's your superpower and why? When I die, I simply respawn, keeping all my knowledge, etc. No matter if anybody finds out about my power. I don't care. Semicolon. Close bracket. Having a pocket universe empty of people and out of sync with the universe's time. Nothing ages, and no matter how long you spend there, it's an instant of normal time that I can enter at any time and leave at any place. People would assume it would be teleportation, and since I'd never bring anyone into it, nobody would ever find out. I'm immortal. But my appearance also gradually changes, so people won't recognize me from pictures and paintings over time. Edit. Yes. Like Keanu Reeves. The ability to pull a non-counterfeit $20 out of my pocket every time I reached in it. Super inconspicuous power to have. But all I gotta do for essentially infinite money is just reach in my pocket over and over again. Power works every time. Regardless of if the first $20 is removed. So I could just casually reach in and out without removing anything. But a new $20 would appear every time. So by the end of the day I could pull a few $100s out of my pants. Every single day. Able to influence the odds of anything. What's the likelihood there will be $1 million in my room when I get home? Oh, I don't know, maybe 100%? What's the likelihood anyone will ever figure out my power and cause my death? Oh, let's set that at 0%. The ability to master any skill instantly. Be that a language or a musical instrument, etc. You just have to pretend you learned quickly and pretend to pick the skill up over a month or so. Able to see 15 seconds into the future. Would bet money on roulette every time I need money and get FCK out of there. No one suspects, but I have money whenever I need. The ability to gain someone's technical knowledge by shaking their hand. Want to know how to fix cars? Shake a few master mechanics' hands. I'm not telling you. Luck isn't a superpower. To read minds. I'd make a lot of money playing poker and everyone would just think I'm good. As long as the caveat is they know you have a superpower. Not just some teenager that's annoyed you beat them at poker. They must be cheating. I bet they can read my mind. To fall asleep instantly when I want. I sleep alone, so easy to hide. And because I want to sleep but can't put down my phone. If I squeeze my left pinky. Whoever I'm looking at orgasms. To teleport when people aren't aware of me. Anything with deniability is clearly the way to go here. You could disguise a whole lot of super strength as long as you were already a huge moth FK. Anybody gets suspicious. And it's like, of course he can lift a car. Have you seen the side of that fucker? Double quote. Flashy powers like flight or shooting laser beams are out. But shape-shifting would be easy. You can even get away with using it in public as long as nobody saw the original form. They'll be seeing somebody shape-shift but never be able to know who. I create extreme apathy in everyone. Nothing I do matters. I could have sex with the Queen on live TV while kids are decapitated behind us and the world would collectively go meh. I can get away with anything. I'll never get credit for anything though. I could walk right up and kick Kim, NK, in his balls. People would just go about their day. I could stroll into Fort Knox and slowly load up all the gold. Nobody would care. I am now an invisible king. Allowed to do whatever I want. Whenever I want to. But nobody cares. Immortality. As long as there is someone else in the world. I've got to kill switch. Edit. Everyone saying people will see how I haven't aged and say I'm immortal. It's a good point. But I would just tell people that I have the ability to live up to 500 years old. They'll be dead by the time I'm 600 anyways. Full penis control. To be able to mind control everyone on Earth. I would tell them to never think about me. Ever. Then proceed to make the world a better place. Dormammu. I've come to bargain. That power would be pretty cool. To stop time. If I stop time and get the FCK away when something bothers me, people will think my superpower is to teleport. And thus they will not find my true power. Heal people, and myself, remotely. I can just sit all day on my living room and heal people I see on TV. Why? I don't need to be famous to help. Dream walking. I can instantly visit and or leave anyone on my own terms just by thinking of their name or their face. I wouldn't get caught because if they asked or told me about their dream, I would just say that's crazy. I had the exact same dream. I wouldn't use it too many times on the same person in a small time frame either. Path to victory from worm. Keep path to no one finding out my power and path to not dying on at all times and reap the benefits of being the best at everything ever. Luck. A la domino. I'll constantly have cool things happening and can make things go in my favor. But it'll always just be like, wow, that was f***ing lucky, dude. Comma. Not, oh shit, you've got a superpower. Plus, the being lucky bit will mean I'm always lucky enough for no one to find out I've got a superpower. Time manipulation. FCK up and fear you may have made it obvious. Back in time you go. No suspicions arise. Pause time and walk somewhere else. Well, no one is conscious to witness it. And if they did realize you moved, they'd think teleportation. Be able to tell exactly what kind of personality people have just by looking at them. I'd just say I'm a good judge of character. Best superpowers will be anything that emulates a natural process. You must use steroids, superpower of increased strength stamina. Are you just always on amphetamines? How do you keep going? Superpower of always feeling 100% awake. No need to sleep, but still have the option of sleeping. How do you stay so thin? Superpower of extra dimensional space in your stomach. It feels like you always know just the right thing to say. Not mind reading, but ultra augmented empathy and physical observation abilities. Advanced color vision to track things like blood flow, etc. Create save points and load points throughout my life. If someone finds out, it'll just revert to an earlier save. Immortality. If nobody finds out, you live forever. If somebody does, well, you had just as much chance to die on the bus today. I have the power to make a perfect Monte Cristo regardless of the ingredients I have on hand. Time travel. If someone finds out, I would die happily in the past. Perhaps the ability to get and perform well any job I apply for. No gotchas. I'd love to be able to experience so many different aspects of human life. The ability to learn 100 times faster than the normal person. And to always spend time learning productively. As in, the 10-0 hours rule for me would be equivalent to 100 hours of practice. Everyone would be amazed. But no one would guess that I had a supernatural ability. Instantly have 9,000 hours of practice for every skill. That way, when I want to master a skill, I still have to put in 1,000 hours. And people will see that I practiced. One loophole would be I instantly resurrect after dying. Though it could backfire and put you into an infinite loop of dying and reviving endlessly at the same time. Another interesting option would be people forget everything about me after I say the word super or the like. Something that will make them forget you the moment they realize what's your power. So that they can't kill you this way. But you can manipulate them easily. Superpowers are actually pretty easy to guess once you look into a person. Someone could guess you by accident if you read their mind during poker. Displayed super strength. Teleported. Or went invisible from time to time. So if it's not a loophole, it's still extremely risky to play with. Never have to wipe again. Just saved myself so much time. Clean shits for life. You're all thinking too small. The ability to control probability. The first thing I do with the power is set it so that the chances of anyone discovering what my power is 0%. After that I become the god king of the universe because controlling probability is way too f-king overpowered. To give people instant and violent diarrhea. Really? It's purely based on wanting a way to get quick revenge that's generally non-lethal. This has always been my answer when I have been asked what superpower I'd like to have. And for the sake of this question, I doubt I'd ever be caught because who is violently shitting their pants and then spending time trying to figure out who caused it? Being able to shift into other people. Not necessarily an existing person but can change hair, face, gender, height etc. at will. Probably easiest one to get away with. To be able to instantly turn any blue or green object into whatever I want. Met's hat is now a cure for cancer. This leaf is now $1 billion. The key is I would never do the blue objects. Only ever the green. Then when people try and figure it out they'll always guess that my power works in green objects. Thus I live. The power to make people and cameras not see me by manipulating their minds, SD cards, whatever. It's not invisibility in the traditional sense. So people would get the wrong idea if they found out. Infinite stamina. The ability to take out $100 from the ATM with no record of the transaction happening. You could honestly make a pretty good life for yourself with something this simple and it wouldn't hurt the bank in any way. Well, assuming that you staggered this across multiple ATMs around the county you lived in, that is, multiple banks etc. They would assume there was a discrepancy and write it off. Mind reading. Simply won't reveal I can do it and just be able to secretly tune into everyone's thoughts. Or the ability to resurrect all my knowledge as a child. Would eventually end up living a bunch of different experiences, rich, poor, different races, both genders, which would be cool. Also I could do better each time the knowledge I gain. Since I'm resurrecting as a random child no one will suspect me of being anything except a genius. Have my own customization menu where I could change everything about myself. Slowly change my facial features so I become attractive and up my intelligence. Strengthen status quo. I choose the ability to passively increase the positive energy outcomes of any situation. Basically, if I go to the aquarium with you, you'd better believe that all the fish, penguin, seals will be active and playing and give you a show. You might find $5 on the ground. You might run into the love of your life. I feel like people wouldn't suspect me of having a superpower with this subtlety. I would be able to save my game but like in real life. Simply never tell anyone of it. Ability to respawn after I die. So if my power is uncovered and I die I will simply respawn. Nobody said my power would end with death. My superpower is to always keep a secret that nobody can ever find out. Because dying instantly is for chumps. Create worlds out of my fantasy that I can go into whenever I sleep. While still getting rested. Dreaming is bullshit. I would rather be in a dream world RPG or something like that. Also, unless someone scans my brain while I sleep, people will never notice. I control people's minds without them knowing. Solves the problem of them finding out and counts as a superpower. You want to give me $50 bucks? Double quote. Influence. I can convince anyone of anything just by staring them in the eyes. Kind of beaming them an idea that they will carry out to my exact order. I pass hundreds of people every day. I can beam an idea into someone's head and it will be there for a few days until they decide to carry it out. All of those who could have answered this question for real are dead now because they died when they found out that they had some power. Anyone included them too. Apparently. Close bracket. The most overpowered superpower ever. The power of probability. You can change the chances of everything. I'd make it so there's a 0% chance of anyone discovering my power. Fighting an opponent? 100% chance of sudden diarrhea or just a heart attack. Need money? Oh. It just so happens that a bank error was in your favor and now you're filthy rich. To be able to stop time when no one is looking at me. Not only will I be time efficient, but I would know if I'm being stalked. If I come across a problem, I can instantly fix it. Just small stuff though. Someone is looking for something. I do my superpower mind thing and they magically find that thing. The power to freeze time without my face changing. I could take naps whenever I want or catch up on all the latest TV shows and no one would ever know. Cure pain by just thinking of someone. I'd use it to one day randomly cure my girlfriend's chronic jaw pain. She'd just wake up one day pain-free and have no idea how it happened. Then occasionally I'd read about someone online suffering from debilitating pain and I could cure them without them even knowing I exist. A lot of people would probably just attribute it to whatever god they worship. So my cover would be impossible to be blown. And I could change so many lives.